way. Oh, yeah.
We as people are often influenced by what we see, what we feel, and what we taste. We thrive on the sensory and will go through great lengths to experience new things. Oftentimes, however, new experiences are out of our grasp because of time and money. Writers are gifted with the ability to bridge this gap between wanting an experience and gaining it. J.K. Rowling, however, has been able to magically bridge this gap in ways that other writers have only dreamed of. Instead of straining against the window that divides us between fiction and reality, we become like the character Alice in Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. We tumble through the glass that divides us and immerse ourselves in worlds unseen through J.K. Rowling's work. By reading J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series as a child, as well in my adult life, I have lived this magical world as a child, as well as used my age perspective to appreciate the pain that such a wondrous saga entails. Today I'm going to talk about a few things. Firstly, number one, because of J.K. Rowling's knowledge of those who read her books, as well, she was able to create a series that is appropriate and enjoyable. Number two, J.K. Rowling has used our empathetic natures to her advantage. And number three, through her use of social media and other online sources, she is able to extend her works further than what has ever been seen before. This has all contributed to the fact that her wit and determination have combined, making a literary work that has inspired millions. Firstly, I'm going to discuss that because of J.K. Rowling's knowledge of her audience, she was able to create something that is appropriate and enjoyable. Rowling is so successful as an author because she knows what her audience wants. We as human beings are ingrained to crave variety. For the most part, in today's societies, days, weeks, months, and even years can go by doing the exact same thing. Going to bed, waking up, going to school, coming home, having meals, going back to bed, doing this 5 days a week plus a few hours, give or take, of extracurricular activities equals a mundane life. J.K. Rowling is aware of this epidemic, so when she creates a world that has chocolate frogs that move and people that travel by broomstick, she tips life-giving water down parched lips and into a dehydrated society. We are complicated creatures, however, in that though we crave variety, we also crave familiarity. Rowling, then again, knowing her audience, still gives human realities into the plots of her books. All of her characters are subject to rules, they have human physical characteristics, and they have human emotions. Rowling thus creates the perfect balance of her readers feeling safe yet challenged when reading. Realizing again the longing of her readers to relate with other human beings, Rowling exploits the fact that our empathetic natures are heightened when we grow with the characters. When reading a book, characters are like dozens of tinted glasses. Each has their own specific outlook on life, and when we as readers put these glasses on, our own outlook of the plotline changes. J.K. Rowling has shown great literary prowess when she creates characters that have good and bad characteristics and tendencies. This combination humanizes all of her characters and creates complex emotions for the reader. And by creating this paradox, Rowling creates in ourselves more empathetic creatures. People who are more willing to understand those who have seemingly horrid actions because everyone is the own protagonist of their life and everyone has their own story. Having this understanding, however, takes time. In our case, it takes 7 books. Take, for example, one of Harry Potter's enemies, Draco Malfoy. In the first book, he's depicted as a spoiled boy who has friends in high places. As the books progress, however, he seems to turn into a character that is pitied because of his home life. This complexity of character would not be possible in the span of one novel. By showing the changes that these characters go through from book 1 to book 7, Rowling has made a metaphor for the changes a person goes through from the ages 11 to 19. Rowling has used the last 2 points to empower her readers so much that they have taken on a life of their own. Rowling's use of social media and online web sources has extended her works further than what has ever been seen before. The most bittersweet part of reading a book is coming to its last pages. This feeling is heightened when it comes to the last sentence and the last book of the last series. Especially when it comes to the Harry Potter series. When you finish the last book, the plotline feels as though it's satisfied, though the full exploration of the wizarding world does not. J.K. Rowling has more to say as well, and that in her opening of the online resource Pottermore gives insights and details that Rowling has been holding on to for years. By creating this resource, she's extended the Harry Potter experience twofold. No more are storyline facts limited to the pages of a book. Likewise, as the age of the internet and social media have come to its fruition, more experimental means of enjoying literature have come to light. By using social media apps such as Tumblr and fanfiction, fans are able to discuss the plot lines of books with each other through an online medium, as well as extend the Harry Potter books further by creating their own stories. In conclusion, I will summarize the points that we've just made. Because of J.K. Rowling's knowledge of her audience, she was able to create stories that were approachable and enjoyable. Rowling has used our empathetic natures to her advantage. And lastly, she's used social media and online resources to extend her works further than what has ever been seen before. All these points come together and contribute to the fact that J.K. Rowling's wit and audience recognition have made a literary experience that has never been experienced. Rowling has done much more than write books. She has created a way for us to leave our lonely lives behind and lose ourselves in loving lines. She has changed how we see those who are hurting. She has changed how we see ourselves. And she has once said that we do not need magic to transform the world. We already hold that power we need inside ourselves already. She is a living example of this, and that her literary ability has transformed our world and another one.
Good job.
Hey.
Oh, wait.
Hi.